Hey, Thrillionaires. Great to be with you again, talking about Nick's adventures. And, you know, there's not that many people who custom build ships to do their trips. I know recently you just came back from your custom built storm chasing, right? From your, that was kind of fun.
With Antarctica, we just we wanted a ship with just like-minded individuals. So imagine this.
Well, let's go back. I mean, tell us about this. It's not like people can go out and buy a ship. Where did you get this ship? How did you find this thing originally?
We secured these ships, and you know, they've got training rooms. We can hold you know, live seminars. Mm-hmm. You know, there's lecture rooms. You know, it's purpose built. I mean, and the unique thing is, there's only 50 of us on this ship.
Right. So they come from, who made these ships originally?
Well, these ships are Russian.
So the Russian ships.
Double hulls. You know, specifically for cruising the Antarctic waters.
So when you say double strengthened hulls, what does that mean exactly?
Which means they can crush through ice, if need be.
I got you.
We're in good hands.
So there's no danger of us getting stuck in Antarctica if we go down to Antarctica?
Well, if you all want to get stuck, it's up to our choosing. But essentially, I mean, it's a very, very safe ship. Mm-hmm. But it's the way it's been designed, it'll accommodate us in regards to what we want to achieve.
Now let's talk about that for a second. I've never been to Antarctica. I've been to some fairly cold places. What's Antarctica like?
Antarctica's kind of like, we normally go between December and March. So it could be anywhere like around between 35 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm. So it's actually fairly pleasant at that time of year.
It's very pleasant. I mean, it is cold. You know, it is cold, but it's pleasant.
But how cold does it get at night?
Below freezing point.
Okay, every night it goes below freezing.
But, you know, we can also camp underneath the stars. We can build igloos. We can go ice climbing, kayaking with whales and what have you. I'm talking about like kayaking with, you know, humpback whales, minke whales. It's a unique experience, really. It's
I bet it will be a unique experience. Now, I'm trying to think about what's my wife going to think about the below freezing every night, sleeping in an igloo.
Imagine it.
I'm not so sure about that part right there.
Yeah. So the most remote, exotic location on the globe.
Right.
And this will be our domain.
So
for a period of 10 days.
Amazing. So we leave, the whole idea of Antarctica is we leave from Argentina,
which
right?
is the most southern point of civilization.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My southern city in Argentina, called Ushuaia. And from there, it's like 2 or 3 days passage across the Francis Drake Passage.
Wow. And so when you're out at sea, it's like all you can see is sea everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and then the occasional iceberg or ice shelf in this particular case. And we're going to basically cruise around the other peninsula, which is beautiful. It's like there's so much wildlife. It really is beautiful.
Like what kind of wildlife?
Which one? Like, you know, so many wild varieties. I mean, we have penguins.
I want to see penguins.
Seals, you know, the Weddell seals. There's so much wildlife. It really is beautiful.
I bet. And on this particular trip, in addition to hanging out in Antarctica, what are the things that we're going to be doing? Okay,
well, along the way we're going to be doing lectures regarding mind empowerment. You know, also cash flow lectures in regards to, like, you know, gaining leverage and applying different pillars of income streams too.
So helping people with the funded portion of their Thrillionaire experiences,
In regards to, like, you know, how to set up a business, what sort of type of business, how to go online, how to use the leverage of the internet regarding marketing. So a whole host and a myriad of ideas, and plus also special guest lecturers, speakers.
Great. And then are we going to be eating like whale meat, or what are we?
No whale meat, but we will have the finest chefs from Europe who will be basically cooking for us. And, I'm talking about like some of the most amazing meals on our own purpose-built ship in Antarctica.
How really cool is that? And then, so we get to Antarctica, we've had a chance to do some personal growth work, some personal development, some prosperity consciousness work, some actual hardcore strategic cash flow strategies. What are we doing once we get to the actual body of land or ice or whatever it is down there?
There's a host of activities. I mean, one of my favourite is actually getting out in the kayak and just like kayaking amongst the icebergs with wildlife. I mean, I'm talking about like minke whales swimming underneath you, you know?
What if one of them bumps you off the kayak?
Hey, they're more inquisitive of us. I mean, they're checking us out. I mean, they're pretty cool. But it's just amazing. I mean, it's just you out there.
Just you
and
an iceberg. Or
yeah.
why do they call it ice shelf? Is iceberg in the northern hemisphere and ice shelf in the southern?
No, well, further out to sea, you see a lot of ice shelves which are basically being carved off the mountains. And then you have icebergs that are basically just that have actually come off the ice shelves. And these icebergs are like, they're probably 5 stories high, but yet that's only 1/8 of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg, the rest is
underwater. So whatever you can see, there's 8 times more of it down below. Yeah. And we avoid those, right? We're not doing a Titanic thing.
No, of course not.
Okay, we're just going to, even if we bunk it, it's okay because it's the double hull and whatever, we're good. All right.
So we'll do ice climbing, We're going to camp underneath the stars. We're going to build igloos, build snow caves.
Now, what if you're like a person that gets really cold? I mean, it's just below freezing, right?
Okay, look, I have an admission over here. I am not genetically built for winter. I despise winter. But this is a specific purpose because I love it, okay? So it's okay to, to feel cold, but you'll be rugged up, you'll have your Gore-Tex gear and what have you. But the thing is this, right? How many people get an opportunity to go to Antarctica? Probably about 9,000 people on an annual basis.
Wow, that's amazing. I want to go. I'm down for that one. I'm down of all the stuff that we've talked about. Antarctica, I'm in. That sounds like a great time.
When was the last time you did something for the very first time?
Yeah, exactly. What a great challenge.
How many people have been to Antarctica? How many people have kayaked in Antarctica? Or ice climbed a glacial wall?
Or built an igloo. I got to tell you something. There's not a lot of people that build igloos, man.
I build the best igloos.
I'm telling you.
It takes about 3 hours to build, and most of them can accommodate up to 4 individuals. And by the way, it's the best sleep of your life.
Why?
Because it is. It's like, think about it. It's like just, you're inside, there's no wind. I mean, you're rugged up in your sling bag, but it's just, there's a serenity. This tranquil place.
What are the stars like down there when you look up at the sky? I mean, it's going to be amazing, right?
There's no pollution whatsoever. And think about it. We'll also get an opportunity to go to one of the other research stations. And there's one that we go to, it's called the Natsky. And that's where they actually found the hole in the ozone layer. That's the same scientific research station that basically discovered that particular hole.
Wow.
And we'll get to party with the Russians.
Party with the Russians. I'm a little scared about partying with the Russians. I've heard stories about partying with. I've heard stories from you.
The ship is ours, which means wherever we want to go, the ship goes. So we plan the itinerary, right? Because it's our community.
I love that idea. How about that, trillionaires? I want to know who's going with us to Antarctica.
So
who's
draft
coming?
the script and draft the itinerary.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's build it together. What do we want to do in Antarctica? Do we want to do more kayaking? You guys built a spa last time, right?
We did.
That is really, really cool.
We're going to visit a volcanic island, okay? Last time it erupted was back in the 60s. It's okay. But how's this, right? We are going to dig a spa on the beach. And after we've dug this spa, we're going to jump in. And mind you, it's just incredibly invigorating. And from there, from the spa, then we jump into the ocean.
So, in other words, you dig the spa and the volcanic water seeps in. It becomes like a hot tub.
It's a hot tub. So we're in the water over here. We're just like kicking back, relaxing. Then
jump into the ocean, Antarctic Ocean.
We jump in the Antarctic waters, absolutely freezing cold.
Right.
But then we jump back in the spa again.
Oh, that's excellent. That's it. Now that sounds like fun.
It's amazing. That is really, really cool.
Yeah, I bet you do that a bunch of times, or just once or twice.
Probably like 5 times. Eventually gets way too cold in the water, so you have to stay in the spa.
That's right. And then you bundle up and get back on the boat.
And then back on the Zodiac, back onto the vessel, and by then it'll be dinner time.
Unbelievable.
And the food is exquisite, really good.
I bet it is. All right, guys, so weigh in on this one. We're going to Antarctica. Here's the only question. Are you coming with us? 50 people are joining the Thrillionaire ship in Antarctica this winter. And we want to know if you're going to be one of them. If you are, write the script write that script for yourself. Put it on your bucket list. Start making the plans. Let's do this and weigh in on the blog. Tell us why you want to go, what you're going to do to make it happen, and what's it mean to you to join Nick Halleck, myself, and the team for a trip to Antarctica with 50 like-minded, amazing adventurers.
But you know, with Antarctica, how many people get an opportunity to go there in the first place?
Yeah, I've never been there.
I mean, it is just the largest, one of the largest continents on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very few inhabitants.
Mm-hmm.
And the wildlife now is just, it's beautiful. I mean, the iceberg, the climate, it really is a very pristine spot. And the environment's absolutely beautiful, and we should be privileged to be there.
I imagine you come out of there invigorated, ready to extend the bucket list and make it even greater.
You forget about, you know, your emails and your cell phone and your Blackberries. I mean, you're in an entirely new domain, and it's just you and the environment.
Amazing. All right, I want to know who's going with us to Antarctica. See you next time.